All right, hey everybody, and welcome back to another game of Hitler Plays Go. Today is going to be an interesting day because we already have an attachment. Just let me set up my headphones, and we'll get to it. So I suppose this is going to be one of those really aggressive opponents. I'm just going to have to make sure to stay calm and don't overreact. Um, a part of me is smiling because I don't know. It's on the one hand, it's funny, but it's funny until it starts getting difficult. So we'll see what happens. So I think I can extend here, but then I need to worry about the cuts. So if there's a cut, then I can Atari and then over here. So I think that playing either this Tiger's Mouth or connecting solidly would be a better idea. If I do this Tiger's Mouth, Atari, connect, and they can extend and I can extend. I think that kind of makes sense. So I think I'll play in that way. Say if I connect solidly, it's kind of as if at a 3/4 stone they attached, I Haned. Ooh, I don't know. I think, say I attach. Yeah, I don't think it really matters. Let's go for this Tiger's Mouth. This can get hairy quickly, so it's important to make sure to just stay calm. So I can react here and connect, but this Atari here is quite big, so I actually think this is bigger. They can take that stone if they like, and they'll settle. Yeah. And now there's a matter of if I gotta make sure to play slowly as well because these players play very fast, so I need to keep on my guard. I can descend. They can Atari. I'll connect, and I guess they can't do anything with that stone. I can also just connect more solidly, and that would be better endgame for them, but I'll have stronger shape. So I'll just go for that. I guess nothing wrong with playing attachments in the opening. Um, Although it's not the most advised thing, they're going to keep pushing now. So I need to think about when to best Tanuki, but I don't think that moment is now while I just have two stones. And also this pushing is quite nice for me, so I might be able to go one more time, but then after that I should probably Tanuki and play something like R4. If they take Tanuki first, oh wow, that's interesting. So I'm going to play over here, which will aim to make their wall a little bit less useful. And then yeah, once again we get an attachment. Um, but I'm not going to take the corner because I think they're aiming to take the side. So if I play this way, then they might Hane and then cut is possible. Or if they descend, then that will become a very standard shape. I can also take this R3 for myself, but then, yeah, that gives a lot of influence. So I'm going to play. I can also consider coming from the outside and they can Hane this way, but I think that'll be good for them. So if I just play here, I think that'll be okay. Yeah, this is going to be kind of standard. I prefer this shape for black, but yeah, if this is how white wants to play, it'll be fine. I guess they kind of give it away by calling themselves Moyo fan by trying to take all this influence and then hoping that I'll just take the corner all the time. Although here I did also get the corner, so it's kind of worked out okay for black. Okay. So I can consider Hane here, and I think that would make a lot of sense. I don't think that they can cut, so yeah, it seems okay. They might do the same thing all over again where they keep pushing, but I think they need to be careful because otherwise I'm just going to end up with too much territory. But it's not clear. I mean, it depends. I want to hit the Hane on the other side here, or maybe I can consider double Hane or counter Hane, double Hane. Because if they cut this way, I think that they're still kind of weak. But I think I shouldn't ask for a fight. I should just extend because I'm just making territory, and this wall is becoming less useful, which means that the points that they invested here won't be returned. Meanwhile, white still has bad shape, so I think I can just back off. Just don't go too hard. Oh, it's going to be the same all over again. So as I mentioned, I think this pushing is better for black because there was already this wall here. So that meant that white was aiming to develop this area, and now this wall is going to be very over-concentrated. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. And then I guess I'll just take the last open corner, and then the game will kind of return to being somewhat normal. Um, are we going to go for the attachment again? Oh no, they left. Are they going to return? I'll just be quiet until they return so I can edit out the waiting time. Oh no, they made it back. It just happened to be maybe a minor disconnection. All right, so now we can start playing normally a little bit. I can Hane here. I think that's always what they're expecting. They're expecting that I'm going to play the most severe moves against them, but I find that if you do that against these kinds of opponents, you can very easily end up in a hairy situation. So you should be a little bit careful. Um, so I can Hane, but I'm just going to continue like this. Because, I mean, if they keep pushing, the stone is way too close, so they're not going to do that. So the only thing that they have now is potential on the bottom, and it's still very loose potential. I'll take this turn because it's very good for black. And yeah, okay, fine. So we'll approach over here. I think there's like interesting shape things I can try. So maybe I can try getting this peep in first and seeing how they react, but I think I'll just play here first. I think I can also consider playing this kind of like F16 or F17 move later, because now these stones are short on Liberty, so that could be interesting too. Um, I can consider. I don't want to go into the corner. I don't want to jump out, so I'm just gonna double approach. I just wonder a little bit if these two stones here are gonna be annoying, but then again, I'm putting pressure on them too, so uh, lots to think about. Um, I don't want to take the corner again for sure, so I'm not gonna do that. Hmm. Maybe I can attach this stone and try and keep white low, and just pretend that I didn't make this move in a sense, because like like in my experience, it's bad to take all four corners. The resulting influence for white is usually overwhelming for me, so I don't handle that well, so I shouldn't go there. Meanwhile, like I can jump out, but then after white plays a one space jump, I don't know what to do next. Um, Maybe I can try attaching here. I think that makes more sense. Although they do have a choice if I attach to try and seal me into the corner again, which I don't like. So I'm going to play on top here. It's a bit imaginative, but should be okay. My point is only to try and over-concentrate white onto this third line, um, which is useful if they play... Oh, this is interesting. So now if I extend up, well, they'll try and jump again, or else I can Hane here. I mean, which one is bigger? Which continuation is bigger? I think this one because it keeps the invasion to the corner. This is pretty big, but I think white getting this tiger's mouth is nicer. So I'm going to extend. But what I was saying is that if J3 is on like the star point, then still attaching on top is good. AI always likes to do that. So I do that as an easy way to over-concentrate if I'm playing against Sanrensei or something. Um, and here, it's as if white had K3 and then I shoulder hit and then they pushed. Um, which means that this K3 stone is a bit less severe. So I don't know, it's a bit slack. Um, but I'll play over here. And if I get more influence, it's kind of what I'm looking for, so I'm really happy with that. I'll extend. And now, like, apparently this cut is not as much of a thing as it used to be, but whenever you play against somebody who plays this, they always take it for some reason, even though you don't have to play this way. Um, you'd think that there'd be more variations as you get stronger, but that's not my experience. So this is all super standard moves. I even like this a little bit for black, because now these stones are under more pressure. And this K3 move is so slack. Yeah, I think the main thing is I just shouldn't hold on to this, because it's as if white pushed and I didn't respond. So this H3 move is totally justified. Um, so once again, just don't overreact too much to it. Maybe like look to sacrifice this J4 stone. They'll try and pretend like that's really big, but it's fine, I think. I mean, if the Atari, I might even be able to extend because white's not so thick either. I'm the one who has strong stones in the area, but let's not go crazy. Let's just take our time, be patient. Mm. So yeah, I'll just sacrifice the stone because I'm not attached to it at all. And then I can like make nicer shape. Here, because this Atari is a little bit painful. And then they might consider to keep pushing, but this area here isn't as big as you might think. Oh, that's interesting. So I definitely want this Atari here. And then I can ladder this, but we go over here. I may be able to get a forcing move. Let me think. Or I can just play over here. What happens if I Atari net? There's an Atari here, so that doesn't work. Let me think. Atari from this way is admitting that somehow I overplayed, which I don't agree with. Um, so I can extend up, and these stones will be shortened liberties, which I think is an easy way. If they go this way, then this Atari is annoying. Um, but I have to be careful that there's liberty shortages on these stones. I think like the usual plan is to then try and make this group heavy here, so I have to be wary about that. I would ladder, but can I get this ladder breaker to work? Possibly. Say I play this attachment, Hane, and then ladder, then going this way. My attachment is here, so dick, 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 dick. So the ladder will work, even if they Hane. So I'll do it. Interesting, but kind of weird. So the ladder still works for me, so I'll just play. What? Oh, I guess that's okay, but that means that white steps back, I think. Black is now very strong. I don't think that's important. I think what's more important are getting moves around here. So I can try and do this Hane, or I can play over here. Um, so let's see. If I play this Hane, then white's obviously going to cut. And then I can try like separating this stone here. But then white will be able to capture this stone. They'll be okay. Meanwhile, if I kind of press on white this way, white will be able to wedge or maybe try and connect together. But I think it's difficult because black is pressuring them so much. And I have forcing moves against these stones here. So like maybe a move like K16 is quite annoying. Um, but I think this move will be annoying as well. So if I play here, white will get this Hane, which looks okay. So I think I'd rather play here. I guess I might not be able to kill white, but white at least is under some pressure. Um, and now I'm thinking between this wedge and playing this tiger's mouth. I really want to play the tiger's mouth, but here, wedge, Atari connect. And then I guess if I play b4, then there's no I here, so it's also a little bit annoying. Or even I can just cut. Just cut. Let me see. Say connect here. Okay, so this Hane here will mean that I can cut. Also. But I understand that they're, like, trying to come after some kind of vital point. It is a bit thin. So let's just be a little bit safe. I mean, I'm strong over here. Even if they come out, I can easily surround them. As though there's nothing on this side. That's a good move. So I'll connect. And now I can just easily cut them. Because if I cut, if they Atari here, there's nothing over here. I could just extend and they'll connect and then I can extend. But I think I can just cut. So just make sure that's so Atari extend Atari and then coming here. So just need to be a little bit careful. But white shape looks quite thin. To me at least. Maybe I'm wrong. But now I can play this one. And now there aren't two eyes. Unless I'm wrong. Let me see. Let's just get this Atari because it's good shape for me. Yeah, okay. So I can't play over here. Okay, so they have two eyes, but that's fine because I can even play here and just profit. Um, but there's still a lot of annoying things I can do over here. I'm not worried about being weak. So I can Hane here, but I don't think it's so big, so I'll just play... I think now at this point, just play for profit. So it's between these two moves, and this looks a bit bigger to me. I can even try and play this peep, but white's too strong, so let's not do that. There's this Hane, looks annoying. I guess it'll be annoying if white comes out over here, but I think I can manage. White can play like this, but I don't think it's such a big concern. This looks more annoying now. So I want to get this peep in. Wow, that's interesting. So I can cut. That's risky. So I'm not going to go straight for it. I'm just glad that I have this exchange for now. Because I think I'm ahead, so I don't need to make the complications in this game. Shouldn't get too carried away. It's the most important thing. Don't get carried away. Play solid moves. Yeah, that's possible. Also possible. Let me think. If I play here, they cut, and I don't really have a good answer for it, so I don't think I should. I don't think I should play here. Um, they get in a really nice endgame here, but oh well. Maybe responding here is bad idea, but we are getting close to endgame, I guess. And this is a bit slow, I think, so I'm not going to respond. I think I'm going to clamp over here, because I think they should have responded. You shouldn't make these exchanges if you don't want to continue. Maybe clamping wasn't the best way. Maybe Atari would have been better. And then I think the safest thing to do is just to play over here. So long as these groups are together, white doesn't have a chance to come back. That's not big as... Oh, I think this is bigger, at least. Can I play over here? No, I don't think so. Or actually... No, I don't think so. But I think they should definitely take Gote here. D18 is also pretty big, so I should make sure to play there too. Okay, and now what else? Um, I guess it's more about this endgame stuff here. Maybe there could be a liberty shortage here, but I don't think so. Maybe I should Hane here, because then I can try and make an area over here. That might be a good idea. Okay, so I can't make an area over here, unfortunately, but at least I can press a little bit. Hmm. Because now I can play this. Mm-hmm. Threaten to cut. And then just make points. No problem. Also not so important, I think. I'm happy to just play over here, make more points. I should be commenting more, but there's not a whole lot to say, I think. So I wonder if I can, like, play over here. Then if they make a Tiger's Mouth, and Atari, 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 throw in, capture, Atari, connect, Hane, then here, Atari, and then I can't Hane. I need to play this one, and they extend, so just playing over here. Although I guess I want to play this F2 move eventually. Let's just play over here. I think this is a bit bigger. Then playing over here. What else is there? Is there anything else that's kind of big? I guess there's this move. Can be a bit annoying. Let's get this first, because it makes everything a bit clearer. Pretty annoying. And then, yeah, come back over here. And maybe there's some kind of shortage of liberties here. Maybe there's something if white doesn't respond. But white responds, so that's that. What else is there? This is pretty big to take and go to, I suppose. But I don't know if it's good to take now. This will give me stronger shape, which is nice. Now it's a lot harder to bamboozle black. And that's what I want. I don't want any bamboozles. Interesting. Could there be something later? Oh, I think there can be. They need to respond. They need to take Gote right now. So what happens is Atari connect, throw in, capture, Atari connect, Atari dead. So they have to respond. Yeah. Okay. This makes me stronger, I suppose. Um, let's start playing moves. This looks pretty important. So if white Hane, I can Atari connect, and can I leave this connection? So Atari extend, Atari connect, and then can't Atari short on Liberty. So I might even be able to not play B18, P18. How many points does white have? White has something like, oh dear. I mean, I can still count, but I don't think that there are any like particularly risky plays, so I guess just play to the end and see what happens. Oh, taking Gote here, really? Bit unsure about that. Then I can play another nice move. So let's just play here. If Atari Connect Wedge doesn't work, Connect Wedge Atari, yeah, should be okay. Unless I completely misread that. Now they've had it. Now they're just going for the end of the game. What else? I think I'm having pretty good endgame here as well. Oh, the shape looks a little bit dodgy, but I think it holds. Nothing crazy to do. Luckily, because I falsified this eye here is this empty space is a point. Because they can never disconnect me, because they're an Atari. So this should definitely be alive, but a part of me is a little bit worried. But it's the 8-point space that's something you need to worry about, not this. I'm going to not get disconnected here. Mm-hmm. So let's just play here. And then we can take something like this. And then stuff. I will have to play this E5 move, because eventually that'll be double Atari. A part of me is a little bit worried that I'm not ahead, but I don't think that's true. But maybe I can be bamboozled. So now I think there are only neutral points on the board.
Pass.
Yeah.
Remove the dead stones.
Oh no, they were way ahead. I completely misread the board. Oh no.
White wins.
Oh, they won by 20 points. What happened? They completely outplayed me over here. All right. I guess I'll have to review the game, and I'll talk to you all in a moment. See you soon. All right, so I had a look at the game, and I think that my opponent was a little bit stronger than me. So I think that they're probably one done player. You can tell by looking at their history that they're on a bit of a losing streak, and so that's kind of how things came together, I think. So I think that the points are a little bit small, but they're worth paying attention to because these are only going to become more important details from now on. So the first things first is that this taking this move here was mistake in Gote. So what I can do is I can take another corner, and if white tries to take this in the corner, then I can just extend, or I can play another move here. Um, white, so taking the stone isn't that big because B was already alive. And as long as I can make shape with the outside stones here, then it's not such a big deal. So I shouldn't have blocked here, it seems. I can take Senta here a lot earlier as well, but I kept playing, and so I kind of do okay here. Um, all kind of good, no big mistakes. And here I don't have to defend the stone. I can just say, okay, well, this stone is really heavily damaged. There's no reason to defend it, and just Tanuki. So I don't have to play again here. But, playing this wasn't so bad. And even this ladder breaker was also a good idea for me, so that's something that actually worked. Um, and here, this is the first real big mistake. So, or well, other than the mistake that we just covered, the issue is that this one makes white a bit stronger. The issue is that when white Ataris and comes back here, you already feel that black shape isn't that amazing. Only 4 liberties. So it would have been better to not wedge and just exploit the weaknesses here. By reviewing the position, it seems to me that so long as black can keep something weak and get something out of it, then black will be winning in this game. But at the same time, white is not necessarily super behind. White can still manage these positions. So as long as white doesn't make a mistake, which is what happened in the game, then white will be okay. So up to here, and here I shouldn't have responded. So here I played too readily, too passively. It seems that white is already alive here, so if white's already alive, then losing the stone isn't such a big deal, and then getting a move elsewhere is just a lot more valuable. So I shouldn't have played in Gote here. And here I made the big mistake. I should have attached here. So if white places Hane, then I can Atari and capture, which means that white can't Hane. White needs to step back, and then here white doesn't have 2 eyes. So white actually made a huge blunder by playing f16. I also made a huge blunder by not playing b13. So after white lives, basically at this point, white's ahead by 10 points, and A and B are settled, so now there are no weaknesses to get back into the game. Yeah, and meanwhile, C and D are big enough in order to give white enough points in order to win the game. So that's basically what happened. And then from here, there is are some points, like for instance, like this move wasn't as big as I thought. White is definitely a strong player because I think a lot of people would have thought, oh, I'll connect somehow. This move is something that I wasn't really thinking about, and I thought it was bad when I saw it, but yeah, it's AI's move, so it's good. And yeah, so I didn't have to defend like this. I could have played more proactively over here. And yeah, so I did okay here. This endgame is fine. And yeah, capturing probably have been a bit better. Yeah, but the real mistake that the AI thinks is that I shouldn't have defended here again. So I think the general thing against this player is I'm playing too many points in Gote. So there's that one, this one over here, this one over here. So there are too many points where I'm just playing too slowly. And then, yeah, missing this attachment was a huge blunder. So yeah, a couple of things to learn from. Yeah, and then there were better ways to play over here as well. But basically from here, the rest of it's endgame, and white just basically doesn't give me an inch, and so there's no way to get back into the game. As part of them being stronger, it means that they don't make mistakes as frequently. So yeah, unfortunately, although I thought that I would be able to maintain the lead or gain a lead, didn't seem to be the case. So yeah, did my best to learn from the game, and better luck next time. If you enjoy these kinds of videos, like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.